Alrighty guys, we're gonna be riding Alpengeist. I think we get to ride it 2 times. There we go. Going to Verbolten. We did skip Invader for the coaster tour, but we'll definitely go back there later. I mean, we can't not do Invader because that's like their newest coaster, and I have a feeling I'm really going to enjoy Invader. We're gonna get Viking helmets and totally become Vikings. But anyway, so we're gonna go over to Verbolten. I think we start with the ride, ride it a couple times, and then we get to go into the control room, and then we also get to go into the show building. So there's a few things that you can film and a few you can't. So obviously we'll film everything we can, but certain things we won't be able to film. Time for Verbolten! So I have definitely missed this attraction. I love it. Alrighty.
Please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms and legs down and inside the car with your head back against the headrest.
That was fun.
I know.
That was awesome.
We're glad to see you have escaped to the forest. Please lift up on your safety harness and exit carefully to your left. And enjoy the rest of your day at Busch Gardens. Auf Wiedersehen!
Punch buggy.
Punch buggy.
No punching back. All right. Wee. Into the Black Forest we go! Oh, no audio? They are now taking us over to the showroom for Verbolten. We're gonna do kind of a tour of the inside of the showroom with the lights off, like, so it's just gonna be like the normal experience, but we're gonna walk in the maintenance areas, I think. And then we're also going to get a tour of the control room. That's where they launch you into the building. All right, they're about to open the door. Can't do any photography or videography in the inside, or on the inside. But this is gonna be cool. We'll explain how it is. So that was super cool. We got to see it with the lights on and also with the lights like off in full effect. And it's just an amazing experience. Like, you gotta do this coaster tour because like I can't describe how cool that was. This is the other side of the show building. You can definitely see how massive the building is. I mean, they turned on all of the lights and then we saw a empty cycle go through with the lights on. So that was super cool. And then they turned the lights off, of course, and we got to see that same cycle go through with all the effects. I don't think I got that experience last time. Like last time they didn't turn on the lights, so that was super exciting seeing all the track. They use like some of the building as storage, so you'll see some of the rides kind of taken apart and like scattered across the place, but very, very cool.
So, maybe we'll see it. So what usually happens is, especially when they're doing the dual dispatch, they'll launch in, like this blue one's gonna launch in and then the other train's gonna launch out. Because they don't want to have both trains in the building at the same time, but it takes more energy to launch it in, so they launch in and then it'll launch right on out. So this is just like the building. The coaster and the bridge aren't together, like they're both separate structures. The coaster was built first, then the bridge. And the bridge was built by a local like architect. There's spirits, and storms and spirits can be kind of the same, but spirits is there's somebody talking, and then at the very end, right before you drop, there's like this face. And it's like kind of a green one made out of like trees almost, and then you drop. So if you're in the front and you see that, that one's a lot easier to see. And for those three, they just cycle through. The other ride in the park here.
Here's another look at the show building, again, very big. It is now time to go up into the control room and see what it takes to operate this coaster.
So we kind of already talked about most of what we're Verbolten. Just a cool few tips in here, few things. This is what like runs the 3 different themes, like the shows. And then this bottom left one, which it just dropped, but we can watch it again in a second. We'll just kind of see like the process of it dropping. And then yeah, and then here are all the buttons and for dispatching and everything. So here we go. Here comes a train. You watch in the bottom left-hand corner. As soon as the train stops, this little black thing on the track will pop up, and that's just there so if another train were to come, it couldn't fall off the track, kind of thing, since the track won't be there. So there it is. There it popped up, and then it drops. So yeah. So now they're doing a dual dispatch. When we were here earlier, when we rode it, they were just doing a single dispatch. The dual dispatch helps them get a lot more people through, and that's when a train will go into the building and out of the building, like almost at the same time. Because there's
4 trains right now? Yes.
4.
Thank you.
Cool. Any other questions?
Can we take pictures?
Or duckies or something. We should duck something.
I'm sorry.
It's the first time I've been hit in the head with something.
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
Yeah. That was so cool, being able to see all the different cameras, you know, see the trains in motion throughout the duration of the ride. That's not something you get to see every day, unless you work here. So, you know, also seeing the view from the top of the station where you can look down and see people boarding and, you know, see all the dispatch buttons. That is super cool, so I enjoyed that. Well, here it is, Verbolten. We just did that, and we are now making our way over to Apollo's Chariot to get on that a few times. And I really do like Apollo's Chariot, so I'm excited about being able to ride that. We'll try to ride, you know, Tempesto as well a little bit later on. It's not part of the coaster tour, but... So we're walking over this bridge. We have a promotion here for summer nights, Busch Gardens summer nights. So there's the boat ride. I'll get some better like footage of it later on as we have more time. But, you know, like I was saying, very nice views. So on the boat ride, you do get like great views of the drop for Verbolten. You do get some views of Apollo's Chariot. Oh, they repainted the track. Oh, some of it. This part they did.
Please keep your feet and legs completely inside the ride. Once the train has come to a complete stop in the station, please push up on your harness and exit quickly and carefully to your right.
Welcome back, you guys. How was your ride?
It is now time for Loch Ness Monster. I noticed that pretty much all the coasters here at Busch Gardens have TV screens in the station, kind of giving a countdown for the attendance. end of the coaster tour, but they gave us 2 quick queue passes. Here are many of the Invader cups. They are looking good. So we're actually going over to the front of the park right now to get my GoPro like approved. During the tour this morning, like at the time it started, guest relations wasn't open, so they allowed me to use the GoPro for all the rides during the tour. But now that the tour is over, I'm going to get one of those official cards like where they give you permission and it says this guest has permission to use their GoPro. So we're gonna get one of those at guest services. Okay guys, so I got the hands-free camera device card. Now this is for GoPros, so you have to have some kind of like GoPro related camera. But the good thing is that they signed it off. They didn't check any of them, but there are 3 main type of GoPro mounts. So these are the only ones they'll give permission for. It is the hands-free camera harness. That's the GoPro Chesty, the one I'm like wearing right now and the one I've been using. They'll also give permission if you're wearing a wrist strap. So once again, here are the 3 different mounts. The hands-free camera harness, aka the GoPro Chesty. You can also use the wrist-mounted camera or the hand-mounted camera. This next card explains the guidelines for each of the harnesses, and it just gives some instructions on like how they should be tightened securely before riding. I really think all parks should adapt to this policy. You know, it really makes it easier on us bloggers who are at the park and we just honestly want to film safely. So, you know, you have parks like Six Flags and Cedar Fair, and unfortunately, they don't really allow filming of any kind. I mean, you can try to get permission, but they just don't give permission either unless you're like a major media outlet. So unfortunately, it's very hard to film at some of the parks. I try my best. I know I go to Disney World a lot, SeaWorld, you know, Universal doesn't allow it, but SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and Disney, so I guess those are the main parks I can film at, but other than that, it kind of defeats the purpose of going because you can't really film anything. So that's kind of my stance. It's all about liability though. Some parks just don't want to take the chance. They are getting ready for Hollow Scream, which actually takes place at Busch Gardens Williamsburg here in Virginia, the one at Tampa, and then SeaWorld San Antonio, I believe. I'm not really sure